All right. How about Tweety Carter for our Sic Em Podcast? Tweety, we appreciate your time.
I appreciate you having me, J-Mo. This
We can always have a good conversation. This will be fun.
Yes,
it's just a conversation that people get to listen into. So
yes, sir. I'm actually excited. I'm actually really excited. So this is awesome. Thanks for thinking of me.
I am too. I appreciate it. So let's go back a little bit. Let's go across the border to Louisiana. Let's go to Reserve, Louisiana.
Yes, sir.
You're growing up and you are loving basketball. You're loving sports. When did you sort of focus on go into just basketball?
Well, like you said, coming up, I played all sports. And I think it was going into my 7th grade year. I actually dressed out on varsity, and I was on JV heavy. I played a lot on JV, and I was practicing a lot through. If I rewind that, I was practicing a lot in 6th grade, 5th grade with the varsity. So I was already familiar with these guys, and I knew a lot of them because I grew up with them. And I think that's when it really took off for me. My 7th grade year, that's when I really started focusing in on basketball.
So 5th grader, you're what, 12, 13 years old?
I'm actually like, I'm actually like 12, 13 at that time. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
That's wild. You obviously weren't intimidated. You felt pretty comfortable playing against those guys.
Yeah, and because I knew most of them. I grew up with them. I grew up around them. My oldest brothers grew up with them. So I was always familiar with them, played with them at the park. So when I got a chance to practice with them, they was just showing me some different things that I took with me, and it helped me out.
That's sweet. That is great. What do you remember about, first off, this is always a good question for you. What was your highest scoring game in high school?
So my high scoring game, my highest was 74 points.
There you go.
74 points. Yes. I hit 13 threes that game. So it was pretty cool.
Just a cool little 74-point game.
Yes.
Love it. Yeah. And y'all had great success too. I mean, it wasn't just you. I mean, your team had a lot of success.
Yes, sir. And that's one of the main things. Even before I got there, we was known as a good basketball team. And as we kept growing with the school, the team kept getting better. We had more and more players was willing to come to Reserve Christian. A lot of people don't know I had my same class since I was in 7th grade. So we graduated 18, 19. That was my senior class. So I'm don't come from a big senior class.
That's pretty small. And I know Coach Bird, Timmy Bird, has been a huge part of your life, coaching, but away from coaching also, away from basketball.
Oh, most definitely. And still is till this day. I call, get some advice. He gives me advice all the time. Come to some of the games this year just to stay in touch with him. It's like a real father figure to me. And his wife, Miss Tracy, is like a mom to me, along with my parents, of course. But, just to have them in my life to guide me in the right direction and help, say exactly what my mom and dad say to me all the time. But, it's always different coming from somebody else. And you tend to pay attention more. So he's just like my other parents. And, it's just unbelievable to have him in my life.
I love it. When you were inducted into the Baylor Athletics Hall of Fame, you couldn't be there for the banquet because you were with Baylor Basketball at a tournament in Las Vegas, I think. And Coach Bird came and accepted for you. I thought that was really cool.
Yes, that was awesome. Every time I watch that video, I have the video from that, and I appreciate you taking the time out to interview him and talk to him. That brings tears to my eyes because that's always what I always wanted to make my mom and dad proud and also make them proud.
Yeah. So you come from that background and how much Coach Bird meant to you, not just as a basketball coach, but he meant so much to you in your life, really. And then you come into Baylor and you get recruited by Baylor. And I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I'm going to say that kind of the same thing happened during your college years, right?
Yes, most definitely. I fell in love with the staff quick. I started coming on visits, and me and Coach Bird came on a couple of visits, and right then and there, he told me out of his mouth, "This is the place for you." And of course, as a youngster, you always want to explore your options. But I trusted him because he'd been helping me throughout my life, along with my parents. And just to have that good advice, look where we at today. And I made the right decision by coming to Baylor.
Who made the first contact with you from Baylor?
I don't want to be wrong on this one. I want
Yeah.
to say he talked to him before I did, and
Okay.
I think I seen Coach Mills. I seen at the Nike camp. I seen Coach Tang, and I talked to Coach Drew as well. Coach Driscoll as well.
Yeah.
All of them played a part
Right.
in recruiting me. I don't remember exactly who reached out first, but I know my coach talked to him, and he told him right away this is the spot for him.
Right. That's not a surprising answer because it was, a group effort, and they all,
Yes,
they all
yes.
recruited, and you were so important, so I bet all of them
Yeah.
worked on you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They did. They did a great job.
And you come to Baylor, you're Baylor's first All-American, McDonald's All-American. What a great deal. I remember how big that was when you committed to Baylor, not signed, but when you committed to Baylor.
Yes, it was a big deal for me. I know, like you just said, I was the first McDonald All-American to come to Baylor, but, for me, that was a big deal. I never thought I'd be in those shoes. I never thought I'd be the first McDonald All-American to go to a college. I thought that was normal, but, coming to Baylor, it wasn't. And, for me to get that honor means a lot to me, and I wear that on my heart.
And you committed really early, didn't you? Really young. And was it sophomore year? Is that right?
Nah, going into my sophomore year. I think it was freshman, the summer of my freshman, getting out of my freshman year. And I was ready to come. I was ready to go. I trusted them right away. It was something about them that made me feel comfortable. They checked on my family, and I'm a big family guy. So for them to always check on my mom, always stayed in touch, always came to see me. The biggest thing, they didn't compare me to anybody. And I think that was the biggest thing for me. They always let me fill my own shoes, and that's what my life has been, filling my own shoes. I never wanted to be anybody else. So for them to come with that type of attitude, it helped me out a lot and let me know I was thinking on the right track of becoming who God wanted me to be in the end.
Yeah. I love it. So just because you committed to Baylor, that didn't mean the recruiters didn't stop calling, right? They kept after you.
They kept calling. They was trying to get me to come on campus, and I kept telling them like, nah, I'm good. In my heart, I kind of wanted to see what else was out there, but I made a commitment to them. They made a commitment to me, and I wanted to honor that.
But you were kind of interested, just wondering kind of what else is out there or visit some other place. That was kind of in the back of your mind.
Yeah, just to have, a couple of close friends around me, like, man, just go experience this, go experience that. But I knew if I have a different experience than I did at Baylor, that would sway my decision. And I didn't want that to happen, because like I said, I gave Baylor my word, and I wanted to stick to it. Loyalty is everything to me. And for them to stick it out with me, it meant a lot to me, so I wanted to give them the same love back.
Love it. That's great. You stuck with it. You're a man of conviction, and you've proven that many, many times in your life, not just your basketball career, but in your life also. We need to do this. We've had this discussion several times. Many people may know, what's coming, right? Many people may know, but you're Demand Tweety Carter. Where did the Tweety name come from?
Good question, J-Mo. Well, my godmother, my mom I used to go from my mom to my godmother when I was young. And my mom said I cried a lot. So anytime I would get in that mode, she would ship me off to my godmother. And one day I guess the show Tweety Bird was on. And, I would just always follow that bird. And my godmother told me when I cried, I sound like a little bird. So it never, I tell people all the time, it never was Tweety Bird. It was always Tweety.
Just Tweety.
Yeah, just Tweety. So, and it stuck with me. And it stuck with me even now. Most people call me by Tweety. Most people don't even know my real name.
That's right. I would say, if somebody came up behind you in the hallway and said, "Hey, Demand," would you even respond to that?
I wouldn't think they're talking to me, but I would probably look back and see, like, is somebody else named Demand?
Right.
We had a GA last year.
Yeah.
A great friend named Demand. So me and him would call each other twins.
That's
that was
a great
cool.
Story. So you come to Baylor, and Coach Drew is building the program, and you're a real foundational block for building the program. Did you feel that when you came? I mean, I know you could see and you believed in the vision. Could you see at that time, how big a part you were in Baylor turning things around?
I didn't actually, because when I came on my visit, we had Aaron Bruce, we had guys before that, Tommy Swan, all these Mark Shepard, Curtis Gerald, Henry Dugat, Kevin Rogers, Tim Bush. I can go on and on of the guys that showed me so much love, and I just wanted to come out and help them because I seen how hard they worked for Baylor. I seen how hard they wanted to make Baylor change, and God just put me in a position around a bunch of great teammates, and they helped me out so much. Curtis Jones, just to give me so much knowledge when he was playing meant a lot to me. And, at that time, I didn't understand. J-Mo, and the hard work from the weight room to practicing. I didn't understand any of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was coming in so raw, but I was competitive. And, those guys helped me out a lot, helped me understand what college basketball was all about. And I'm really grateful for all of the guys that came before me because I wouldn't be here today without them.
I'm guessing you get here and you get in with Charlie Melton, and that's it's kind of a life-altering experience there.
I'll tell you this about Charlie Melton.
Yeah.
Coach Charlie always held everybody accountable, man.
Sure.
And, he developed some habits in me that I didn't have, pushed me. Whether I liked it or not, he always wanted the best for me and the best for this program. And, to hold me accountable day in and day out, it made me a better leader at the end. And I'm really grateful for our relationship, even now on the staff with him, just to see him, how he acted things, how he reacted things. And it's fun to be around, and it's fun to see him get on guys. So I like that.
Charlie's a great part of the team's success, isn't he? I mean, I don't know if people outside the program realize how big a role Charlie plays.
Yes, he's very important to this program. I mean, seeing a lot of different generations come around, different players come around, and to see him stay the same, see him adjust to the different things and make sure that we have everything that we need for our bodies to keep going to play in moments like we're in now, just means a lot to me. And I know it meant a lot to the other players because they always come back, and that's the first person they really ask for, where Charlie at, and so it's cool. And every time I came back in the summer, I would always go see him and holler at him. And still, even when I graduated, he still held me accountable to doing the right things in the weight room.
What do you remember? What games stand out to you from your playing time at Baylor? Is the Syracuse game top of the list?
It would be. It would be, but, I'm a us guy.
Yeah,
me
we
seeing
win the game, right?
Yeah, me seeing Epe Udoh get his triple-double. Me seeing Lace one game at one we on the road, we found K-State scout, and I don't know if it was the coaches motivating us or not, but he came out, hit 9 threes in one game.
Nice.
Just to see those QAC 10 dunks, just to be a part of that life meant the world to me. And, whatever happened with me personally, it was a blessing from God, of course, and I wouldn't be able to do that if those guys weren't who they were. So I credit them for all of my success, and those moments I cherish the most. Just to see those guys do different things in their careers meant a lot to me.
Yeah, I love that. You've always been a team first guy. I mean, the team is first over your playing time, your stats, anything like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm really grateful for the staff because they taught me that. Curtis Gerald's been here 3 years, averaging 15 plus each year. I played 3 years with him, and the thing that I'm most grateful for is God blessed me with patience. And by me being patient, I didn't get in a situation where I transferred. I wanted to get out of here. I stayed patient, and God, bless myself, my team, and the program at the end. Make it to the Elite Eight for the first time in 50-something years was a huge accomplishment for us. And ever since then, we've been on the up and up. So I just want to make sure we keep doing that.
There you go. Amen to that. So you come here, you have that success, and you guys really reach some heights that Baylor never done before, like the Elite Eight. That was a huge season for you and for the team. And then the time comes, you got to move on. We'd love to keep you, but you got to move on. But you want to play, and so you go overseas and have a nice career overseas after Baylor.
Yes. God blessed me to play 12 years overseas, a long time. Some years I had my family, some I didn't. Those 9 months, 10 months for 12 straight years, sometimes it get rough, sometimes it's great moments. But just to get through that, it made me grow up as a man, and helped me understand what family, what friends mean, what, having the loved ones close to you mean, just to be away from them and only get to see them for 2 or 3 months, and then I'm going back overseas. That chapter of my life was a huge blessing because it helped me grow up as a man and be a better father, be a better husband, and all of those things that come with it.
That was tough, though, wasn't it? That time when you were away.
Yes, very tough, very tough.
Yeah.
I missed a lot of cookouts. I missed a lot of family time. Missed a lot of funerals. So I'm just really grateful that God built me to be strong, and I just want to make sure everybody knows it's gonna come a moment where you go through your tough times, but you stay prayed up, you can get through it.
Yeah.
And that's what it was about for me overseas. When I faced those tough moments, I still had my Baylor family to count on. I still had my family to count on, and the person that was there the most was my wife and my kids. So I'm forever grateful for them.
Yeah. Brittany's a rock, isn't she?
Yeah, she's strong. She keeps me going. I tell you
She
that.
is a rock. What a great lady she is.
Yes, she is, J-Mo.
So you make the decision, that's enough. You're going to quit playing, you're coming back home, but you didn't really, or correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't really have a plan of what was next, right?
Yes, J-Mo, I didn't. At 35 years old, I was in Poland trying to figure out what I was going to do next. And, God blessed me to continue to have Scott Drew in my life. And I got into this rewire program with my brothers that's still in my life today. We still talk, and we still, talk about those moments we had when I was 35 of me crying at night and, me not knowing what to do, but they made it okay for me to say, you know what, it's okay to put down the basketball. And
Yeah.
I didn't know this opportunity was here for me. I was just willing to step out on faith because I know I gave everything to the game as a player. And I just wanted to, make sure that I do the same coming in as a coach. And I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know this opportunity was here for me, but I'm thankful that it came about.
Yeah. Tell everybody the role that you fill. What does Coach Drew ask you to do in your role with this program?
Well, I'm director of player development. I make sure guys are going to class and doing what they need to do in school. I gave coaches a hard time when I was in school, so God getting me back for this one. But the guys are doing unbelievable, with school and stuff like that, and helping them with the apartments, making sure they have everything that they need. And now, more coaches got added on to the staff, and I get to do a little bit more on the court with the guys, which is a
Yeah.
huge blessing. But the main thing that coach need me to do is make sure that I got energy and doing whatever the other coaches need me to do to make sure our program and the players keep going. So for me, I'm just here to make sure if they need any help, they need to talk, whatever it is, on the mental side, basketball, get to have some workouts here and there. It's just unbelievable to work with this staff because they teaching me a lot, and the players also. So I'm just grateful for those opportunities.
And I think you're the perfect guy in that role because, you're a Baylor guy. You've been in their shoes not that long ago. You're still a young guy, so when that long ago to you were walking right where they are. So I think that fills a really, really a key role on this staff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely. And and I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna wear that on my heart heavy because I really do. Like you said, I really do love Baylor, and I want the best for them. And I'm gonna give them everything that I have, regardless on what it is. It could be wiping up the floor, J Mo. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wipe that floor.
Yep.
And whatever it is. But the staff again is awesome. And helped me out in so many different ways, not just with basketball, off the court, things as well. So, just to have a group of brothers to work alongside and the players to help and coach and guide, you can't ask for nothing more.
Yeah. What's it like this time of year? March Madness, Big 12 tournament, NCAA tournament. It's a fun time of year, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is. You just said it. March
Yeah.
Madness.
Yeah,
It's
that's
madness.
right.
because you lose, you go home, and it's all the work you put up until this point. Now it's time to show it. It's time to fight. You're not gonna get many calls when you're playing because it's like playoffs. And so that's why Coach Charlie is so important. Him, Dave, keeping our bodies healthy, keeping the players' bodies healthy throughout the years, throughout the months and stuff to lead up to this, and to go out there and compete at a high level with back-to-back games. You gotta be healthy, and to have all of that, man, it's unbelievable to see it in the play.
Yeah. You mentioned Dave. That's Dave Snider, our men's basketball trainer. And those guys, I mean, they just don't get enough attention, don't get enough credit for their part in the team's success.
Yes, sir. I agree. They behind the scenes a lot. Charlie been here 20 years and, just as long as coach.
Yeah.
But those are humble guys, and they do whatever they need to do to see this program be successful. And, just to see those guys in action, I mean, that's a great example for me right there. Stay patient, stay ready. And whatever it is, the program need, our coaches need, we need to be able to do that for them.
Yeah. That's a humble servant attitude that all you guys have. And, the success speaks for itself. So if somebody's just listening to this podcast, they can't see the shirt that you're wearing. But if somebody is watching the podcast, they see that shirt. So explain the same old boring habits. That's what it says.
Yes. And this is credit to Coach Alvin Brooks III.
Right.
Let me make sure I say the third right there.
The third,
But Coach AB is unbelievable of making sure the habits stick with you each and every day. And, and that's what I'm saying. Like, even, we say these to the players, same old boring habits, but he also hold me accountable to having those same old boring habits when it comes to coaching, making sure I'm doing the right things, making sure I'm alert, making sure, I'm paying attention to things. And for me, accountability is everything in it. And I need that in my life. And that's what Coach Charlie gave me. That's what Coach Drew gave me. That's what this staff and Coach AB giving me. And, just to have those guys alongside me mean a lot to me.
Yeah. Well, you're a tremendous part of a great staff and a great program. And you were there really from the beginning, and helped build it to where it is now. So we appreciate you visiting with us. The question we like to end our Sic Em podcast with is, when your time at Baylor is done, now it is as a player, but you're here on the staff now. When your time at Baylor is done, way down the road, how would you like for people to remember Tweety Carter?
Like you said earlier, serving. I just want to make sure that they know that I was a man of God. I was a great person and just willing to serve and do whatever it is to make sure that this program, this family, see the best in one another. And, that's the biggest thing I want them to remember about being, and my smile, J-Mo, that's it.
That's it. I love it, and I love the smile, and we appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us on the Sic Em Podcast.
Appreciate you having me, J-Mo, and always a pleasure on this air with you, man. And again, same old boring habits, baby. Sic Em Bears.